Hello, my name is Judy Feltz. I'm the founder and executive director for Cottage for Women, which is a transition house for women that have been formerly incarcerated. Back in 1999, I started volunteering at the Tennessee Prison for Women through a ministry called Artist in Christian Testimony International. And I served in that volunteer role for over 23 years and then served for 20 years on their community resource board for the prison. I saw a huge need for women needing housing when they were on parole or probation. And so in 2016, I started doing the research on how to open a transition home up. And it took me 4.5 years to get off the ground. And in 2020, in June of 2020, we opened our first home in Franklin and called it Oak Cottage for Women. And it housed 7 women. And in 2022, we opened up a second home in Franklin, and it houses 8 women. And now after 5.5 years, we just graduated 66 women from our program, and in May, we'll graduate 5 more, so 71 women will have gone through Oak Cottage. We have a lot of resources for our women. I didn't want to open a house that didn't have the resources that were necessary to really help these women. We have partnered with Franklin Recovery Center to give treatment for the women. That is counseling, case management. We do independent drug tests weekly. We now offer what we call IOP classes, which means intense outpatient therapy. So every new resident that comes through our program has to go through these 5 weeks of IOP, which is 9 hours a week. We also require them to go to classes 5 nights a week, and we have these classes in our houses. And classes like Celebrate Recovery, Step Study, conflict resolution, job skill training, goal setting, technology classes, and we work with a number of organizations to help us with these classes. First of all, I'm thankful for the community of Williamson County. Williamson County is a generous community. Williamson County people help us with clothes and food. We use GraceWorks. They give us monthly food for our houses, plus church groups and things bring food, and we have community dinners every Monday night at the houses. And we have volunteers that help us with everything, with all these educational classes and just people to love on our girls. And we're very thankful for Williamson County community and what they do. When I started this house, I said I want it to be a faith-based house because I believe it's only God that changes lives. And there's a scripture that I love, and it's just reminded of in Matthew 25, 36 through 40, where it says, when I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. When I was sick, you took care of me. And when I was in prison, you came to visit me. And then they asked, Jesus said, well, when were you hungry? When were you sick? When were you in prison? He said, when you visit the least of these, you have visited me. And I think about that a lot because I believe I have watched women's lives change right there in prison, people to come know the Lord while they were in prison. And they know when they sign up for our house that we are a faith-based house. And one of the requirements is that they go to church and they attend a Bible study on Sunday nights. And we have some wonderful volunteers that come into the houses and teach Bible studies. We're very thankful for the wonderful people that love on our girls and teach them the gospel. I'm thankful for Oak Cottage. I'm thankful that God has given me the opportunity to lead this organization. And I would challenge any of you to get involved and look for our volunteer opportunities, because there's a lot of opportunities that you can get involved and just see God's hand at work.